So then I started looking for a tool and came across Peec, and we had that for a good few months, but then I still didn't feel like I was getting enough out of the tool. To discover Promptwatch was, seeing the light of like, wow, this is really, really nice. And then, yeah, my name is Phill. I'm the SEO specialist at OpenUp, which is a mental well-being platform for B2B. We have a really cool philosophy that ties in with AI search, which is high tech, high touch. And I think the way people search is changing and will continue to change. So of course, having a basis as an SEO specialist, you know the basics. And for a while, you could start to see the signs of like, okay, this is going to come and have a big change. So a bit of like a gold rush of trying to find, okay, what's the information? How do I set this up in the right way? What do we need to put in place now so that down the line we're ready? I didn't have an informed way to make a content decision. So then I started looking for a tool and came across Peec, and we had that for a good few months, but then I still didn't feel like I was getting enough out of the tool. To discover Promptwatch was but like seeing the light of like, wow, this is really, really nice. And now with Promptwatch, then it's helped a lot in the sense of knowing the time that I spend writing an article is specific for geo, like seeing the search volume, like that it's relevant for us. And then if you compare that with the amount of features, then it was like a no-brainer. Geo, what I'm looking at is leads. That's the main target. So can we get leads from AI referrals? And Promptwatch has also been great to help us look at the brand visibility and to see us compared to competitors. But I'd say the main two ones that we're steering on are leads and visibility. So there's this like some overlap of the type of content that we make, but then there's specific articles that I wouldn't make before, where I'm like, okay, I'm not too worried about how it's ranking in Google. Now this is for geo, and being able to see the data then informs that in a really nice way. One feature I really like is the API connection, because then I can connect that with Claude and say, okay, you've got the API key saved. Like if I'm writing this article, then check the API key and it will say, okay, you're writing this, these prompts are also coming up, and then those are kind of secondary keywords. I feel then compared to Peec, the tool feels a lot bigger. I can track more pages, and it also excites me that there's a lot of cool features that I'm still like digging into, and caller logs and visit analytics, also exciting, because before then it was downloading Excel files and just like copying and dragging them across, which also works, but can be a bit more time consuming. So that's what I'm getting out of it in a nice way. So a nice win that we had was writing an article about psychologists without a waiting time, because there was a prompt that wouldn't have crossed my mind had I been looking at keywords. So that's also nice to be like, okay, this is one of the first AI geo-specific articles I wrote, and it's one of the best ones ranking now. So I was like, nice, that was a nice one, yeah.